A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of The Dance of the Devil Dolls.
Hello? Anyone out here?
You don't think...
I don't know what to think, Chuck. We'd better take a good look around.
There's something strange about this whole set. I don't know...
Emery. What? Look. It's him. Come on. No wonder he didn't answer us, Chuck.
You mean?
That's right. He's dead.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present The Dance of the Devil Dolls. And now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Dance of the Devil Dolls.
Have you heard of Automaton? Literally, the word means face image. The practice of Automaton is as ancient as Egypt and Assyria, and still found from Ceylon to the United States, Europe to Africa, South America to Scandinavia. A figure is made to resemble that of a hated enemy, then methodically injured or destroyed, resulting in pain and death for its human counterpart. Charles and I had gone up for a weekend of fishing. Saturday night at dusk, when the sky had dulled from blue to gray, and the gray was shading darker every minute, we were walking back up to the cabin.
Not a bad haul, huh, Emery?
For you, not for me. I'll bet you the smallest of those 3 bass weighs over 4 pounds. What bait were you using?
Oh, a spoon. Fish just wouldn't leave it alone. Anyway, we'll have a good fish dinner tonight.
And maybe tomorrow my luck will change.
Well, I hope so.
What time is it?
About 9. We've been out 5 hours.
Chuck.
Yeah?
There's someone coming down the trail towards us.
Where? Oh, yes, I see.
Can't be going down to fish this late.
Oh, can't tell. Some guys really get the bug. There's a guy I know named Lloyd Erskine who will fish off...
Excuse me, gentlemen.
He means us.
Wonder what he wants.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I lost something. I wonder if you found it.
I don't know what you're looking for, mister, but we haven't found it, whatever it is.
Perhaps you saw it lying on the ground. It was a doll.
A doll?
Yes, about 12 inches tall. It looked something like me.
I'm sorry, we haven't seen it. Of course, you can always buy your daughter
It doesn't belong to my daughter.
Oh. Well, we haven't seen it.
Are you staying at a cabin on this lake?
Yes.
Only until tomorrow night.
It's right at the head of the trail up there. You must have passed it as you started down.
If by any chance you do come across it, I'll stop in before I leave this area, if you don't mind.
Well, that's perfectly all right.
Thank you, gentlemen. I must have the doll for the dance tonight, or the old woman will be angry.
Well, what do you make of that?
Search me.
He talked so strangely. I must have the doll for the dance tonight, or the old woman will be angry. I think he's off his rocker.
Well, it's not our worry, Emery. Come on, let's go.
We went back up to our cabin, cleaned the fish, and had one of those fish dinners you talk about for years. It was about 11 o'clock, and we'd started to go to bed, intending to get up as early as possible the next morning when there was a knock on the door.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know, but we'll soon find out. Oh, it's you.
Yes. May I come in?
Of course.
I see you found the doll.
Yes. I wanted to let you know that I had.
Well, thanks for telling us.
Now I must take him to the dance.
Well, the dance ought to be just about over.
Oh, no, it hasn't begun yet.
Well, you'd better get there or your wife will be angry.
You misunderstood me. I said the old woman, not my wife. You see, I'm not married.
Oh.
I hope you'll forgive me. I see that you're just about ready to retire, but I'm afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
The old woman is already angry with me. I told her I'd lost the doll, and she swore that if I didn't find it, she'd kill me. That's why I've come to you. If you hear that I'm dead tomorrow, that I committed suicide, you'll know it's not the truth. If I could only get in touch with Dr. George Kaltman, he could help, but I'm caught up in something I can't stop, and it's too late to get out now. I've tried to... Oh, my head.
You dropped your doll.
I didn't drop it. She caused it to move. She doesn't want me to talk. I've said too much already. I must go now.
Here's your doll.
Thank you. Remember what I told you. If I'm dead tomorrow, it's murder. Good night, gentlemen.
After he dropped the doll, did you get a good look at him, Chuck?
Yeah.
The doll hit the floor on its forehead. A few seconds later, there was a heavy bruise on the right side of his forehead.
You know, he said if he was found dead tomorrow, that it would be murder.
It was about 11:30 when we finally got to bed. We'd opened the windows of the cabin. The sound of the alarm clock we brought with us mingled with that of the crickets outside.
The old woman said you must die.
I heard something. I didn't know what it was. It sounded strangely like words, but they were uttered in a voice so tiny and shrill that I thought I was imagining things. But then, I heard his voice.
No, I won't die. They will help me.
Henry,
I didn't know you were awake.
I couldn't sleep. I thought I heard a tiny little voice.
I
Be
thought
quiet.
Hey, no!
The old woman will take care of them, too.
But I'm not going to die. I'm not going to...
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Dance of the Devil Dolls.
Charles and I had retired for the night, but neither of us could sleep. Suddenly, from outside, we heard the voice of the man we'd met earlier, and another voice, high and shrill, and somehow deadly.
The old woman will take care of them, too.
But I'm not going to die. I'm not going to...
What's going on out there?
We'd better take a look.
With a pair of Hansons and shoes on.
Remember what he said about dying?
Yeah. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Beginning to think that guy belongs in an institution.
Maybe. Maybe not. I think his scream came from the left.
I'll take a look over there, then. Didn't tell us his name, did he?
No.
Well, I'll try calling him. Anybody out here? Hello? Anyone out here? You don't think...
I don't know what to think, Chuck. We'd better take a good look around.
Something strange about this whole setup. I don't know it. Emery.
What? Look. It's him. Come on. No wonder he didn't answer us, Chuck.
You mean...
That's right. He's dead.
That little doll that looks so much like him. I don't see it anywhere around.
Neither do I. You know, Chuck, it sounds crazy to say it, but that shrill, high little voice we heard...
You're letting this thing run wild with your imagination, Emery. Even though it looked like him, it's just a doll, nothing else.
It had to be my imagination, of that I was sure. But the mere thought of it, of the doll which so resembled the man with its shining face and beady little eyes, caused a strange sense of apprehension and fear to come across me. And I glanced out into the darkness and saw only the lumbering shadows of the trees and heard the rustle of their leaves as they brushed together. I saw nothing, yet I had the feeling that something with beady little eyes was watching us. We notified the authorities. They came out, found no evidence of foul play, diagnosed his death as being caused by heart failure. Our luck was exceptionally bad out on the lake Sunday, and we drove home that night, speaking but little, thinking only of what had happened the night before. About 10 days after we returned to the city, both Charles and I were home one evening. We shared an apartment together, and that night neither of us had anything to do. We were playing gin rummy.
One more hand like that and you'll be out, you lucky dog.
It was pure skill, my friend. No luck involved. Cut?
No, I trust you.
It's a good thing Pamela stood you up tonight.
She knew that you wanted a gin partner.
Don't be humorous. Proposed to her yet?
No, but I'm working on it. You know, you deal like a card shark. I have nothing but...
Expecting anyone?
No, you. Mm-mm. Well, I'll see who it is.
Whoever it is, get rid of him. I got a good hand.
Coming right up.
Is this the residence of Mr. Emery Ryerson and Mr. Charles Hunter?
Yes, it is, but...
I have a package for you.
Are you expecting a package, Emery?
Just bills, no packages.
It's for both of you.
All right, I'll take it.
Thank you. And good evening, sir.
Oh, yes, good evening. It's an old woman. She had a package for us.
Well, set it down on the table and open it, man. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
So I'll open it. It's wrapped very well.
Maybe it's a bottle of scotch.
Who would be sending us a bottle of...
Someone has a real fine sense of humor.
It's like the doll that fellow had with him.
It's the same doll. Notice that little nick out of its forehead? That happened when he dropped it on the floor.
What are we going to do with it?
I don't know.
We can keep it, I suppose.
Well, let's get back to the game.
No, I'm not in the mood now. You know, Emery, I can't help but remember what he said.
The man who died?
Yes. He said I must have the doll for the dance tonight, or the old woman will be angry.
Yes, that's right. What brought that back to your mind?
The woman who delivered this package.
We put the lid back on the box and left it on the kitchen table with the cards we'd been using. Neither of us entered the kitchen again that evening. We went to bed a short time after 12. Again, I was restless and couldn't sleep. I had the same feeling I'd had that night in the cabin. And I remembered the words I'd heard spoken in that unearthly little voice.
The old woman will take care of them, too.
And I wondered if I'd only imagined those words, or whether they had actually been uttered by the creature in the box in the other room. It was then I heard it, like a thin, reedy piping. It sounded like music, a rhythmic, discordant melody I'd never heard before. And then I heard another sound.
Henry?
Yes?
Am I going crazy?
I hear it, too. I think we'd better see what it is.
All right. I don't like this, Emery.
It sounds
I
like...
know what it sounds like. Emery.
I can't believe my eyes.
The box is open. And the little doll, Emery. It's moving. It's dancing on the table.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Dance of the Devil Dolls.
Charles and I couldn't believe our eyes, for the scene before us was as bizarre and fantastic as the wildest dream of an insane imagination.
It's moving. It's dancing on the table.
Yes, I see it.
There's something that... I'm going to destroy that thing.
Be careful. Look out, Chuck. It's running.
I'm going to get it if it's the last thing I do.
It's running over toward the window.
It's gone. Gone through the glass.
Maybe it's down there on the sidewalk.
It's possible, but that's a 2-story drop.
I can't see it.
No, Emery. It's gone. They turned again to the old woman.
The man who had died had mentioned the name that night in the cabin. The name of Dr. George Kaufman. Now it came back into my mind. Kaufman was associated with occult research. If Kaufman could have helped the man who died, perhaps he could explain what was happening to us. We got in touch with him and made an appointment for the following evening.
You have told me everything that has happened. Is that correct, gentlemen?
Yes, everything. We'd like to know what it all means.
Well, I shall explain it to you as best I can. Have either of you ever heard of Automaton?
No. Not that I recall.
Well, Automaton is the practice of making little dolls to resemble a hated enemy and then methodically injuring or destroying it, thus bringing about either pain or death, or both, in the doll's human counterpart.
Dr. Kaufman, this doll we saw last night, it moved, it danced.
I know. What you witnessed last night was the dance of the devil dolls.
You say these dolls bring about pain or death, Dr. Kaufman. Why should we be singled out?
The man who died told you about the old woman. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Therefore, you must be destroyed. She feels that you are dangerous to her, that you know too much. Undoubtedly, the woman you saw last night, Mr. Hunter, was the manipulator, controller of the little figures. Since you saw her, she has probably made little figures of both of you. But before it will live and be subject to her will, she must have a part of you, a lock of your hair, a fingernail clipping, anything that will make yours and the doll's identity one and the same.
What should we do?
Go back to your apartment. I shall return with you. She will send the little doll back to your apartment tonight. I'm sure of that. We must capture the doll, for it is the only thing that will lead us to her.
Kaufman, Charles, and I returned to our apartment and took up our vigil in the bedroom, for that was the place the doll and the old woman would expect us to be. We made dummies of the extra blankets and arranged the beds so it looked as if we were sleeping.
You left the apartment door unlocked?
Yes. But why? It only makes it easier for it to enter.
That is what we must do. One way or the other, the doll would find means of entrance. If not tonight, then another. You have no idea what those little creatures are capable. Listen. It is coming. Be quiet. Wait until it is in here. Then close the bedroom door and put on the lights. We understand. Now, quiet. Now! Catch it quickly! There it is, over there. This time it won't get away. Don't let it get near the window. I've got it. Quickly, put it in here. Ah, there. We have it.
Now, what do we do?
This doll will lead us to the doll woman.
You mean now? Tonight?
Yes, Mr. Ryerson. She will know that we have captured her little messenger if it does not return in a few hours, and she will be prepared to stop us. We must find her, destroy her if need be, before she has a chance to destroy you.
Then began one of the strangest sights I've ever seen. Kaufman took the doll out of the box in which we'd imprisoned it, tied its arms and legs while it writhed and twisted in his hand. Then he began speaking to it.
It's mine.
Softly, rhythmically, slowly putting it into a hypnotized sleep. The eyelids of the little figure finally closed, and it was in an hypnotic trance.
Sleep and tell me. Now, listen to me. You must tell me where your mistress is. You must tell me where your mistress is.
The house of dolls.
The House of Dolls.
It's a strange answer.
That was strange, my friends. I know what it means.
What is it?
She's a diabolical person, this doll woman. The House of Dolls is a toy shop with rare and unusual dolls. What better place to hide? No one would suspect what was behind those burning eyes of hers. I myself have purchased dolls for my little granddaughter from her. We must go there immediately. We have no time to lose. This is the place.
Let's go.
Right. It's past 2. There's no one on the streets.
Points are better. Try the door. It's open. Probably waiting in the rear of the shop for the creature she sent out.
Well, let's go in.
As quietly as possible. We must catch her by surprise.
All right.
There's a light coming from beneath that door back there.
That is where we must go. Listen. It is the dance of the devil dolls.
The door's ajar.
They're in there. I can see them.
Yes, so do I.
Be quiet.
And soon, my children, you will be joined by 2 others. And then, no one can harm you. For when the new doll returns, he will bring with him what I need for the spell of the dancers.
We must take her now.
And they will join you in the dance of the devil doll.
Now!
What are you doing here?
We've come to stop you. Look out, Holmes. She has a gun. So have I. She is dead. She will cause no more harm.
Seems strange to see those little creatures on the floor. All of them so quiet and still. And just a short while ago.
They were participating in the dance of the devil doll.
Yes.
Do not feel pity for them, Mr. Hunter. The dolls did not really live. They were a creation of evil, sparked by the malevolence of the old woman. When she died, they died with her. Perhaps the humans they resembled will rest quietly now.
Tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden. Down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of He Who Follows Me.
The Death That Walks? Well, how did he come to get that name?
Because people around here have seen him at night.
But he's dead.
That's right, he's dead. And they've seen him walking.
It must be their imagination.
It ain't their imaginations, I know. I've seen him myself.
What are you trying to do? Frighten us?
I ain't trying to frighten you none. I don't have to. He'll frighten you. old Mr. Thomas, the death that walks, because he'll come for you. He'll come for you.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present He Who Follows Me. And now for our story. Adapted for radio by Richard Thorne, entitled He Who Follows Me.
I have before me the diary of a dead man. He and his wife were my best friends. The words he's written down tell a tale so fantastic it's almost impossible to believe. Yet I know that Bill and Helen Mason lived the last few months of their lives in dread fear of the slow steps that followed them. It is late evening as I read his words. I have come to their house, now so empty, and sit in the large, overstuffed leather chair in the library. Outside, rain pummels against the side of the house. The wind blows the fall leaves from the trees, and the sound of thunder gives vent to the anger of the storm. There's something in the house. A tension. A fear, perhaps. I feel almost as if unseen eyes were watching me. As if someone is here with me. Here in this room. And so I start to read his diary. Living words from the pen of a man who sleeps forever. March 3rd. Today, Helen and I came across one of those delightful old southern mansions. We decided to stop and make a study of the place. And Helen was especially interested in taking some color pictures to illustrate our lecture series in the fall. Well, I guess no one will mind if we take a look around the place.
No, I'm sure they wouldn't. Oh, it's a shame that whoever owns the house and grounds let the place run down this way. It must have been beautiful in its day.
I imagine it was, Helen. The house could still be saved, renovated. Beautiful place.
Oh, wait a minute. I'd like to get a shot from here. If that turns out, it'll make a nice picture.
Helen?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that building is over there.
Where?
Right over there, just in back of the house.
Oh, well, no one's to stop us. Why don't we take a look?
All right, let's do. Can't understand why anyone would let the grounds and house deteriorate so.
Well, it must have cost a lot of money to run a place as large as this, darling. The real estate office probably couldn't find a buyer.
You're probably right.
I noticed the other building doesn't seem to be so run down.
No. It's in remarkably fine condition. It must have been built a lot later than the house. It seems to be made of stone. Gray stone.
I wonder what it's used for.
Don't know. Actually, I believe that someone lived in the old house not too long ago, and I think probably the second building was constructed during that time.
Well, it's a crime to let a beautiful old place run down like this.
Well, here we are.
Bill?
Yes, dear?
It doesn't have any windows.
Yes, I noticed that. Seems rather strange. Oh, well, maybe it was used for a storehouse.
Oh, look at the door.
What's the matter with it?
I think the lock's broken.
Yeah, you're right.
Why don't we take a look inside?
All right. The lock's all rusted through. There. Yeah, that does it.
And now to see what's inside.
Well, there might not be any windows, but there's a skylight that lets in the sun. Come on, let's go in.
All right. Ooh, it's so cold in here.
So I noticed. Helen...
What's that in the center of the floor?
That's just what I was going to say. This isn't a storehouse by any stretch of the imagination. It's a mausoleum. That thing in the center of the floor is a sarcophagus. Stone coffin.
There's nothing else in here. Just that thing in the center. And yet I feel as if it's crowded. As if there are things here that we can't see.
That's nonsense, darling. Hey, look, notice how the sun falls across the head of the sarcophagus.
Yes, I wonder if we have light enough to take a picture.
I doubt it, but you could try.
I might as well if it turns out that...
What are you two doing in here?
We noticed the lock was broken, and so we came on in.
You shouldn't have done that.
Why not? We didn't do any harm.
I'm sure of that, but he won't like it.
Who won't like it?
The thing that sleeps in that stone coffin.
What are you talking about?
Just what I said. You didn't notice the writing over the door when you came in, did you?
What writing?
You didn't notice it then. That's a shame. Because you didn't know what you was getting into.
Getting into? Look, I'm sorry, but I just don't understand. We didn't hurt anything. We're not intending to steal anything.
Well, that don't make no difference. He doesn't care what your reasons were.
Who is he?
They called him Mr. Thomas when he was living. They call him the Death that Walks, now that he's dead.
The Death that Walks? How did he come to get that name?
Because people around here have seen him at night.
But he's dead.
That's right, he's dead. And they've seen him walking.
That must be their imagination.
It ain't their imaginations, I know. I've seen him myself.
What are you trying to do? Frighten us?
I ain't trying to frighten you none. I don't have to. You frighten you. Oh, Mr. Thomas, the Death that Walks.
I think we better go, Bill.
You don't believe what I'm telling you. That's all right with me. I don't care what you believe, but you listen to what I'm saying now. If I was you, I'd get away from here as fast as I could. Not just from this place, but from the town, from this part of the country.
Why?
You want me to tell you a little of the story?
Yes.
All right. Maybe you'll believe me then. Old Thomas came here from someplace in Europe. I say old, but he really wasn't old. Just seemed that way. He brought the house and grounds here and had them cleaned up till the place looked like it was brand new. Then he started building this here building. There's something funny about Thomas, something in his eyes that made you frightened of him. His eyes, they look like the eyes of a dead man. He didn't act like anyone I ever knew. He was always talking about dead. Always telling me he could come back after death. I was the caretaker then, just like I am now. After this building was completed, I used to watch him at night when he'd come out here. It seemed like he was in some sort of a trance. He'd stay out here for hours. And when he'd come back to the house, his eyes would glisten and shine, so you couldn't hardly look at him. A week before he died, he told me that as long as I lived, I was to take care of this place. Because if I didn't, he'd come back and kill me. And then he died. Just like that. And he was put in here, in his coffin. And one night, about 2 months later, when the moon was full, I heard a noise. And when I come out to look, I saw the door to this place opening. And him come out in the moonlight. I could hear his footsteps. It sounded queer and hollow-like. I turned around and I could see his face in the moonlight. Pale and pasty, sick-looking. And those eyes of his seemed like two burning coals of fire. He seemed to be looking at me. And I heard him say, "They have disturbed me, and the moon has awakened me. I shall follow them." That's what he said. And I heard it just as plain as you're hearing me. And then he vanished in the night. Towards morning, I heard his footsteps again. And I heard that big iron door closing. And I knew he was back. The next day in town, I heard that Alf Cummins had died the night before, screaming something about not meaning to go into the mausoleum. I knew who killed him.
And that's all there is to the story?
Oh, that's just part of it. It's happened again and again in the last 10 years since he's been dead. Folks around here say he'll follow you wherever you go if you come inside here.
Well, in that case, why haven't you been killed?
Because he needs me. He ain't going to kill me. But if I was you, I'd get out of this part of the country just as soon as I could.
Let's go back to the hotel, Bill.
Yes, all I do.
You going to get away from here?
Yes, we'd better get going.
I wish I had been here when you come, but I was in town getting this lock. You can't go around leaving this door unlocked. Yes, that ought to satisfy him.
There's an inscription, Bill.
Yes, that's the writing, I mean. Got a nice sentiment, ain't it?
If you enter here, into the realm of death, I shall follow you and bring him with me. March 3rd, later. I sit here and write these words. It's quite late and the moon has risen full in the sky. Helen is standing by the window looking out. For some reason, I am frightened. And yet I know that a few months from now I shall only laugh at the memory of my fright. However, in the morning, I do believe that we will leave this place.
All through?
Yes, for tonight at least. I think we'll be leaving tomorrow, Helen.
Oh, I'm glad. I don't believe the caretaker story, and yet I'm afraid.
Yeah. It's a beautiful night.
Yes, isn't it? That moon so big and full that it could... Bill.
Yes, dear?
Look down there at the street. There's a man down there.
Oh, there's nothing to be...
Bill! He's looking straight up at us. And pointing to us. Look at his face, Bill. Look at his face.
Pale. Pasty looking. And his eyes like two burning coals of fire.
Back now to our story, adapted especially for radio by Richard Thorne, entitled He Who Follows Me.
As I read these pages, the words stare up at me, and their formations bring to life a nameless terror which I feel all around me. Outside, the storm still rages, yet the sound of it fades from my mind as the terror in the pages of the volume I hold before me becomes increasingly apparent. March 3rd. Still later. The man down in the street, whomever he was, left after about 10 minutes. He has given us quite a fright. Where I felt any doubts as to whether or not we should leave this place, they've all been dispelled now. Helen has just gone to bed. I think I shall do the same.
If we're going to leave in the morning, you'd better get to sleep, Bill. I want to get out of here as soon as I can.
Yes, I was just coming to bed, Helen.
That man we saw...
Yes?
It might be only coincidence.
Do you really believe that, Helen, or are you trying to talk yourself into it?
I guess I'm trying to rationalize it, and I'm afraid I'm not doing a very good job of it.
I don't know what to believe. It could be coincidence, but somehow I'm afraid it isn't.
Then you think that...
Maybe. No, don't worry about it, Helen. By tomorrow we'll be several hundred miles from here. And I doubt if whomever it was will follow us.
No. They sound just like the steps the caretaker described to us.
Yes, but we saw him walk away.
Isn't Billy's in the room upstairs?
Well, it's probably someone else.
No, I know it's not.
All right. Just a minute. I'll call the desk. This is William Mason in 316. Can you tell me who has the room directly above mine? Clerk's going to check. Yes? Oh, I see. No, thank you very much.
What did the clerk say?
The room directly above ours is unoccupied. March 4th. We left the hotel a short time after we heard the steps. We went immediately to our car and drove all night and all day. And are stopping now in a motel almost 1,000 miles away. It's reassuring to know that he could not possibly follow us. I am very tired. I'll go to bed and get an early start in the morning. Helen, you asleep?
No.
What are you thinking about?
The words that were written above the mausoleum door. If you enter here into the realm of death, I shall follow you and bring him with me. Bill?
Yes, I hear them too.
He couldn't possibly have come this far, could he?
I don't know. What's the matter?
Your face. Pressed against the window.
It's not there now.
I was there for just a few seconds. I saw it, Bill. The same man we saw last night outside the hotel. He was right outside the window.
March 5th. This morning when I went in to pay the bill, the man who owns the motel said a strange, pasty-faced man had been in earlier and told him to tell me that he would follow me. March 11th. It's impossible to get any material together that'll help me in my work. Everywhere we go, he's there also. March 16th.
Yeah, Mr. Mason, this guy said it was all right for you to go on ahead because he was going to follow you.
March 22nd.
No, he didn't leave a name. He just said that he'd be in touch with you.
April 7th.
Never saw anyone who looked like that before. See a friend of yours, Mr. Mason?
April 18th.
He said he'd follow you.
April 29th.
Told me to say he'd follow you.
May 15th.
Follow you.
Follow you.
Follow you.
Follow you.
Follow you.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I wish there was something I could do, Helen, but there's nothing. I've done my best, Wilson, but I can't.
Oh, we go home, Bill.
So if we go home, it'll be the same thing.
Maybe it won't. I can't stand this anymore.
All right, darling. We'll leave for home right away. June 23rd. We arrived home this evening. I called Gary as soon as I could. He said he'd be out within the hour to see us. He wasn't able to help us in any way. I really didn't expect any help. I was hoping that he might be able to offer some concrete suggestion as to what to do. However, last night was the first night in months that we haven't been aware of his presence. Maybe Helen is right. Perhaps he won't follow us here.
Back now to our story, adapted especially for radio by Richard Thorne, entitled He Who Follows Me.
July 3rd. We've not seen or heard anything unusual since we first came home. I feel as a man might feel who has been given a new lease on life. July 10th. Still nothing. August 19th. For the past 2 months, a feeling of peace and security has enveloped the house. Helen and I have been able to go around with no sense of danger nor of dread. But last night, that feeling was shattered. Gary had come out for dinner. It was almost 10 o'clock.
Well, it's about time for me to get along.
Oh, it's only 10, Gary. Sure you don't have to go so soon.
I'm afraid I must, Helen. Tomorrow's a working day for me.
I thought I might be able to get you into the game of chess.
Oh, some other time, Bill.
Well, next time, don't stay away so long.
Don't worry. I think we ought to... Tell me, is someone upstairs?
No.
Well, listen.
He's back.
Who's back?
The man we told you about. Those are his footsteps. I'd know them anywhere. I should. I've heard them enough.
What are you going to do?
Look, will you come upstairs with me, Gary?
Yes, of course.
You stay here,
Oh,
Helen.
don't go up there, Bill. Don't let him, Gary.
No, Helen. This time I'm going to meet him face to face.
And I'm going with you.
No, you're not. You're going to stay right here. Ready, Gary?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Be careful.
As careful as we can.
If he is up there, what are you going to do?
I don't know. We'll find that out when the time comes. Those steps came from the guest room.
I don't hear anything.
Well, let's see if he's in there. Stand back, Gary. I'm going to open the door.
Right.
It's empty. There's no one in here.
But I heard someone up here.
Yes, he was here, but he's gone. I can feel it when he's near me. I know it. Come on. Helen! Helen, where are you? Helen! There she is. In the front room. Helen. What's the matter, Helen? Helen, answer me. She can't, Bill. She's sitting there with her eyes wide open. She's dead.
August 23rd. We buried her today. As I sit here in the empty house writing this, I know that Thomas will come for me, too. I am writing this in the hope that someone will find it, read it, and maybe understand my death. It's lonely here, yet suddenly I have the feeling that I'm not alone. Someone is here with me. He is here, in this room with me. I'm afraid to turn and meet him. To have those eyes of his burning into me. And yet I must. I pray that someone reads this. Perhaps he will...
Manuscript in full. The August 23rd entry was the last he ever made. The feeling of creeping horror that runs through the pages has imparted itself to me. And I sense that someone is here with me. Of course, I realize that it's only my imagination. But I can't shake that feeling. There is someone here. Who are you?
Who do you think I am?
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden. Down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Black Figurine of Death.
Is that you, David? Yes, I heard a shot.
So did we.
I thought it was one of you.
It was Sawyer.
He came out late tonight. I found him out in the mausoleum about an hour ago.
Here's his room.
Try the door. It's open.
He's on the floor.
Is he?
Yes. He's dead.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present the Black Figurine of Death. And now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Black Figurine of Death.
Through all the years of man's existence, no matter what he has learned or been taught from generation to generation, still he carries in the innermost depths of his mind a certain fear of the darkness, a fear of the night, which is somehow associated with death, and which in actuality is the fear of death itself. Each of us in his lifetime will probably come in contact with some psychic phenomenon, either directly or indirectly through the experience of a relative or acquaintance. An experience never to be forgotten. And about such an experience is my story tonight. I was there with the others the night he died. We stood at the foot of the bed, Joyce and Harold and I. Amos Jansen's head was cushioned on a pillow, and in his hand he held a little figurine. You sent for us, Uncle Amos?
Of course I did. Otherwise you wouldn't be here in my room, Harold.
No, Uncle Amos is no...
Be quiet! Be quiet, all of you. You're here too, David.
Yes, sir,
I didn't ask for a speech, young man. I'll do the talking if you don't mind. I must speak to all of you while I still have time.
Why don't you rest, Uncle Amos?
Rest? You'd like to see that, wouldn't you, Joyce? David and Harold. What? No answer from any of you? I know why you can't say anything. Because it's the truth.
Now, see here, Uncle Amos.
Don't listen to me, young man. These last years of my life, you've all left me alone. You've had more important things to do. That is, until tonight. Tonight you're all here because you know I'm dying. You've come here like a pack of wolves, waiting for me to die, waiting for your chance to inherit my estate.
Oh, that's not true, Uncle Amos.
Oh, isn't it? I think it is. Don't worry. You'll inherit the estate, the three of you. But in the end, you'll wish you never had.
What do you mean, Uncle Amos?
That though I die, you'll see me again. All of you who've hated me. And you'll know of my presence when you see this.
Oh, that's just a little figurine, Uncle Amos.
You'll wish you'd never seen it before I'm through. You'll wish that you'd never known me, that you'd never been born. Before you die, you'll all learn what fear is. You'll learn how it feels to be... alone.
Uncle Amos.
He's dead, Joyce.
Oh, no. Oh, no, he can't be.
He's dead, all right.
What's that?
Something dropped out of his hand. Why? It's the little figurine. The little figurine lay there on the floor. It had fallen from Uncle Amos's hand just as he died. And when it struck the floor, it had broken into 3 pieces. I picked them up and held them in my hand. The pieces fitted together perfectly, much like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. It was a queer little figure, its arms raised in supplication, a look of fear upon its face. There was something frightening about it. 3 days later, Uncle Amos was buried in the family mausoleum at the north end of the estate. A week after that, we had gathered again in the library of the old house with Carl Sawyer, the executor of the estate.
As you know, your uncle appointed me as executor of the estate and left instructions that the 3 main heirs, 10 days following his demise, be gathered together in this house for a reading of the will.
You told us that earlier, Mr. Sawyer.
So I did. Are you all seated comfortably?
Quite comfortably, Mr. Sawyer.
It's a rather long will, you know. Now, I shall begin. I, Amos Johnson, being of sound mind and body, do make, ordain, and publish this instrument as my last will and...
Mr. Sawyer, why don't you just tell us about the will?
That's a rather unusual procedure, David.
Well, David's right, Mr. Sawyer. It'll save a lot of time and trouble.
Well, perhaps you're right. Let me see. Now, referring to the disposition of the monies and property, it's to be divided equally amongst the 3 of you. Of course, there are certain gifts to the servants.
Naturally.
Yes, naturally. There is a considerable amount of money to be divided, even after taxes. Each of you will be independent for life.
I can't understand Uncle Amos willing us the entire estate. The night he died...
Contrary to what you may think, your Uncle Amos was really quite fond of you.
Is that all to the will, Mr. Sawyer?
No. Of course, you realize that if one of you were to die, his or her share of the estate would be divided between the two remaining heirs. And there is one other proviso which I cannot quite understand.
Yes?
Your uncle made one condition referring to the disposition of the monies. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, yes. Here it is. May I read it, please? The heirs are to reside in the family house on the estate for a period of 1 year. If this is not done, their claim to the estate is to be nullified, and they are to be left without a penny. Unfortunately, they were present very infrequently during the last years of my life.
That's a rather strange provision.
Yes, isn't it? However, as executor of your uncle's will, it is up to me to make sure the provisions are carried out. And believe me, I feel a deep sense of duty to your late uncle.
The four of us discussed the will until the early hours of the morning. We persuaded Sawyer to spend the night with us, to return to the city in the morning. The house became quite silent, and the only sound I heard was the ticking of the clock on my dresser. I wondered about the provision of the will in which Uncle Amos ordered that we make our residence in his house. I was lying awake in bed thinking of that when... Standing outside my door in the hallway was the housekeeper.
Mr. David?
Yes, Emily?
I found this in my bedroom tonight.
Oh, let me see it.
Here.
Mm-hmm. It's a little black figurine, just like the one my uncle had. You can have it back now, Emily.
It frightened me, so I came to you, Mr. David.
How do you think it got there, Emily?
Well, there's something strange going on in this house, Mr. David. And I have an idea. I know who's in there.
Who's talking out there? Oh, it's you, David. And Emily. You're up rather late, aren't you?
Yes, Mr. Sawyer. I was just going to bed. If you'll excuse me.
Good night, Emily.
Good night, sir. I'll see you in the morning.
Well, I suppose I'd better get back to bed, too. Good night, David.
Good night, Mr. Sawyer. I watched him go back into his room. Then I turned and went back into mine. Emily had been on the point of saying something to me. Something that was important enough to her to make a special trip to my room. I got back into bed and wondered what she'd wanted to tell me. Little by little, sleep clouded my brain. And I was half asleep.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Black Figurine of Death.
I had been just on the point of falling asleep. Sawyer, I heard someone scream. So did I, David.
I don't know if I heard something.
I know I did. There's David and Mr. Sawyer. Maybe they can tell us what happened. Did you two hear anything? It was a scream. First, I thought it might have been you, Joyce. I think it came from the servants' quarters. Emily.
What did you say, David?
It'll keep. Come on. You think it was the housekeeper, David? It has to be.
Maybe she was just startled or something.
Well, we'll see in a moment.
No, that's your room, just down the hall.
I hope it's nothing serious. It was serious enough to make her scream. Emily! Emily, is anything wrong?
Well, try the door, David.
Right. It's unlocked. The light's on in there. She's not in bed. She's...
Oh, on the floor.
Maybe she fainted. No. She's dead.
And look, right beside her, there's a little broken black figurine.
Though the police came out and went over everything, there were no clues to follow. They said that Emily had been strangled, but there was nothing to indicate who might have done it. The police continued their investigation for almost a month. But at the end of that time, all they could write down in their case book was murder unsolved. One evening, about 6 weeks after Emily's death, Harold, Joyce, and I were in the living room.
The police said they'd never be able to find out who did it unless something new turned up. And it probably won't.
Oh, the whole thing frightens me. I still remember Uncle Amos's dying words. That though I die, you'll see me again. All of you who have hated me. And you'll know of my presence when you see this. Oh, it makes me shudder every time I think of it.
I've been thinking about what he said, too, Joyce. I wonder if he could come back.
You mean come back after death?
Yes.
Don't be a fool, Harold. Once a man dies, he's dead.
Is he? I'm not so sure of that.
You shouldn't talk that way, Harold. It's frightening.
Would you come out with me to the mausoleum, Dave?
Why?
I don't know. I just want to check, that's all.
Well, I don't think either of you should go.
I'll go, Harold.
Well, I won't.
That's all right, Joyce. No one expects you to. All right, David, let's go. I've always had an interest in the supernatural, David. You know, there's certain things that happen, psychic phenomena, which have no normal or natural explanation.
I've never seen any.
Nor have I. But what's to say that Uncle Amos can't return? Oh, you got the key?
Yeah.
Open the door.
It's a good thing we brought these flashlights.
Yes, it's pretty dark in there. Shall we go in?
I guess so. I still don't see any reason for coming in here, Harold.
There may not be. Then again,
He's in that crypt over there. Nothing's been disturbed in here. It looks just like it did the day he was placed here.
just a minute.
This wasn't here the day he was buried. What?
This?
That's strange. I didn't see that when I came in.
You probably weren't looking over there. I wasn't either.
Another little black figurine. Broken just like the others. It gave me an eerie sensation. The little figure was broken into 3 pieces. I looked at Harold, and he seemed to be as afraid as I was. We locked up the mausoleum again and went back to the house. By that time, I began to wonder if perhaps Uncle Amos was striking back at us from beyond the grave. We said goodnight about 11 and retired to our rooms. I couldn't get to sleep. I'd fall into a half doze and then snap out of it again. I felt as if someone were watching me. That there were unseen eyes in the dark waiting for me to fall to sleep. I knew it was only my imagination, yet that feeling would not go away. About 3 o'clock, I got out of bed. I decided to return to the mausoleum. As I went out the front door, I noticed a light drizzle had sprung up. Something drew me toward the mausoleum, a compulsion, an inner force over which I had absolutely no control. I walked slowly up the gravel walk leading to the mausoleum, not even noticing the light rain which fell on me. When I was close enough to see the doorway, I received a distinct shock. For the door was open, and there was a circle of light behind it. I walked to the door. I tried to get through the door quietly. I jarred it a little, and the noise made the man inside whirl around. In his hand, he held a gun.
David! What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same question, Mr. Sawyer.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Black Figurine of Death.
I had gone into the mausoleum. Standing there with a gun in his hand was the executor of the estate, Carl Sawyer.
David! What are you doing here?
I
might ask you the same question, Mr. Sire.
I began to wonder. I don't believe in people coming back after they die, but...
Is that the reason for the gun?
I didn't know what I'd find. I wanted to be safe, that's all. Now that I see it's you, I'll put it back in my pocket. By the way, David, what are you doing out here?
I was restless. Harold thinks everything that's happened has some supernatural significance. All his talk made me nervous.
I see. And do you think that there is something supernatural about the way Emily died?
I don't know, Mr. Sawyer. I just don't know. Sawyer and I returned to the house. I asked him to spend the remainder of the night with us. Besides, I wanted to keep an eye on him. I didn't feel much like sleeping, so I went down to the library, picked out a book, and sat down to read.
David?
Yes?
Mr. Sawyer told me you were down here. What's the matter?
I can't sleep.
David, I talked to Mr. Sawyer for almost 10 minutes. He said he thinks that you're in back of everything.
What did you say to that?
I told him I thought he was wrong.
Thanks for your confidence, Joyce.
The more I think about it, the more I think that Harold's right in what he says.
You mean that Uncle Amos has come back to life?
Yes.
I'd keep an eye on Sawyer if I were you.
Do you think he's in back of it?
I'm not sure.
But you must have some reason for it.
I went out to the mausoleum tonight about an hour ago. Sawyer was out there. He had a gun in his hand.
He told me he was just curious.
Why should he suddenly get curious at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well, it does seem rather odd that he
No!
would... Yeah.
Stay away from me! I want you! Stay away!
That was Sawyer. Come on.
We couldn't have him again. It just couldn't.
We'll see. That you, David? Yes. I heard a shot.
Well, so did we.
I thought it was one of you.
Sawyer.
He came out late tonight. I found him out in the mausoleum about an hour ago.
Here's his room.
Try the door. It's open.
On the floor.
Is he? Yes. He's dead. Sawyer lay there on the floor, sprawled in the grotesque position of death. By one outstretched hand was a gun, and by the other, broken into 3 pieces, was a little black figurine. Harold called the police. They said they'd be out as soon as they could. The 3 of us went downstairs to the living room. I was right. It is Uncle Amos who's behind it.
It must be. There's no other explanation.
I told you before that there are certain things which can never be explained. The deaths of Emily and Sawyer prove that.
You don't still think that Sawyer was in back of it, do you, David?
Hardly. Will or no will, I'm leaving here now. I'm not going to stay around here and be killed like the others. I'm going upstairs and back. I'll be down in a while.
I'm going to leave too, David. What about you?
I don't know. I still can't make myself believe.
David!
Stay here.
Oh, no, I'll go with you. If Harold's dead,
He has to be all right. Harold! Harold!
Doesn't answer.
Harold! Where are you?
Harold! Harold, answer us.
His door is open.
He'll be dead. He'll be dead just like the others.
No, Joyce, he's not here.
The mausoleum. Uncle Amos came and took him back to the mausoleum.
We went into Sawyer's room. Harold wasn't there, nor was Sawyer's gun. I supposed that Harold had picked it up on his way to the room. I decided to go out to the mausoleum to see if Joyce was right, to see if Harold's dead body would be found there. Joyce wouldn't remain in the house alone, so together we started out through the rain-filled night.
Why don't we wait until the police come, Dave?
If this is something supernatural, then they wouldn't be able to help us anyway.
David.
What's the matter?
The mausoleum door's open.
You can stay here if you want. I'm going in.
I'll go with you.
Stay close to me, Joyce.
I will. I don't like it in here, David.
Neither do I. But you're going to remain here for some time.
That was Harold's voice.
That's right. But turn the flashlight on. You can see me then.
But we thought you were...
Dead? Hardly. But you two will be very soon.
Here's the gun, David.
That's right, Sawyer's gun. Plan this very carefully, David. When the police arrive, they'll find the three of you dead, and I'll be wounded. Tell them that Sawyer was behind it all, that he killed both of you out here, and that he came into the house searching for me. There was a fight. The gun went off, and he died.
And you killed Emily and Sawyer?
Yes. I'm going to kill both of you, too. You don't think I believed all that hokum I fed you about Uncle Amos coming back, do you? Of course not. It served its purpose. And now you'll serve yours.
Hell, look out in back of you.
How stupid do you think I am?
Uncle Amos is coughing and slipping.
Get out of the way, Hell.
Get out of the way!
He's dead, Joyce.
Uncle Amos.
What did you say?
Remember what Uncle Amos said when he was dying? That he'd come back and settle with us. The coffin. I wonder if it was just an accident that it slipped out of the crypt. Or whether Uncle Amos really did come back.
Tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden. Down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Automaton.
Over here is what I call its brain. Put the power on, Elizabeth.
Yes, Father.
I've only begun on the binary system, but watch.
Sitting up.
Yes.
It's getting down off the table.
And now you'll see a sight that no one else has ever seen before.
It's walking around the laboratory.
Yes. You're witnessing the first movements of a new creation, superior to man in that it will never tire, a servant to man. For that will be its place in the future. A machine that looks like a man and will be able to think like one.
The Hall of Fantasy will present the Automaton in just a moment. The Automaton.
I first met Dr. Eric Ziegler at the conference on scientific research. I knew of him, of course. His name was famous throughout the world as one of the foremost experts on automatic control. It was the closing session of the conference when he made his now famous speech.
And in conclusion, gentlemen, may I say that mankind can expect this technological advance to continue. He can look forward to the future in the secure knowledge that his life will become easier and longer through the advances we make. That he will be free to direct his energies towards the conquering of new frontiers, bringing him closer to the day when he will stand alone over all the universe. Bravo!
His speech so aroused me that I couldn't help making my way to the speaker's platform, pushing my way through the crowd which surrounded him in order to congratulate him.
Congratulations, Dr. Ziegler.
Dr. Ziegler?
Yes?
My name is Drake Sheridan. I just wanted to tell you I thought your speech was the best thing I've ever heard.
I take that as a compliment coming from you, Dr. Sheridan. I know about your work.
Oh, nothing at all compared to yours, sir.
Dr. Sheridan, I'd like to talk to you further. Why don't you come to my house this evening?
What time?
After dinner, about 8:30. Here's my card.
Well, thank you, sir.
You'll be there?
Of course.
I'll see you then.
Yes?
I came to see Dr. Ziegler.
Oh, your name?
Drake Sheridan.
Oh, yes. He's been expecting you. Won't you come in?
Thank you.
Just follow me.
Was the most interesting effect of all. A new paragraph. The success of the automaton of which I am speaking is dependent upon the excellence of the brain I can give him. My work has become so...
Dr. Sheridan is here, Father.
Oh, excuse me. I do hope you'll forgive me, Dr. Sheridan.
Of course, sir.
I was dictating my report on a project on which I am now working. Please be seated. And before I forget, this is my daughter, Elizabeth.
How do you do?
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Drink, perhaps, Dr. Sheridan?
Yes, I could stand one.
Yes. Any particular preference?
No.
Would you do the honors, Elizabeth?
Of course, Father.
Dr. Sheridan, perhaps you're wondering why I asked you to come here.
I have been, but I consider it a privilege and an honor to be here.
Thank you for the compliment, but it wasn't necessary. You may be interested to know that I've followed your career quite closely. And from what I've gathered, you're a very intelligent young man.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ziegler.
I'm not complimenting you to make you feel comfortable, Dr. Sheridan. I mean what I say.
Exactly why did you ask me here, Dr. Ziegler?
To talk to you, to see what kind of a person you are.
And here are your drinks.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, my dear. That's just right, Elizabeth. Yes. Dr. Sheridan, I'm going to be completely frank with you. I am working on a private project financed with my own money, completely divorced from my work at the Research Institute.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter has been helping me with this work, but unfortunately she does not have the knowledge nor the training to be of anything more than elementary assistance.
I see.
I am interested in finding an assistant who will devote his full time with me to the work I am doing.
You mean you intend to leave the Institute?
Yes. My work is finished there, and besides, I want to devote more time to this particular project of which I'm speaking.
What's the nature of your work?
Automatic control, of course. Would you be interested in working with me?
It's a great honor, sir.
I will make it worth your while.
Well, I'd like to know exactly what you're working on before I make any decision.
I believe I can trust you. I have a building some miles outside of the city which serves as my own personal research laboratory. We might as well drive out there. That is, if you're interested.
Why, I certainly am.
Good. Elizabeth, get the car from the garage, please. We'll drive out tonight.
Well, you certainly have it well equipped, Dr. Ziegler.
I wanted to show you that you would be working with only the finest of equipment.
Who's there?
What's that?
Oh, that's the watchman.
It's nothing to worry about, Bart.
Oh, it's you, Dr. Ziegler. I didn't hear you come in.
It's all right. We'll check out with you when we leave.
All right, sir.
Will you open the door, Elizabeth?
Of course.
All right, let's go in. I'll put on the lights. Now you'll see what I've been working on for the past year.
That sheet-draped figure on the table over there, what is it?
My newest research project in automatic control.
But what
you see.
It looks like a human body underneath that sheet.
Not quite. Here, I'll pull back the sheet.
No, it isn't a human body.
That's correct. What do you think of it, Sheridan? What do you think of my automaton?
Is it finished?
Not yet, but soon, with your help.
A mechanical man. A robot shaped exactly like a human being.
What better form could I give him? After all, our own bodies evolved to what we are today. Why should I attempt to improve on nature?
What do you intend doing with him when you finish?
Tell him, Elizabeth.
Well, this automaton will be able to do all of the hard and painstaking work of mankind without ever getting tired. It can fight his wars. It can be the first to explore outer space. It can free mankind to direct his energies to other channels.
I don't know.
Oh, come, Sheridan. You look at the automaton as if you thought he was some Frankenstein monster. Believe me, this is the farthest thing from that imaginary creature. This is a work of science. This is not a monster created from the dark recesses of someone's imagination. This is our key to the future.
We'll return to the Hall of Fantasy and the tale of the Automaton in just a moment. Back now to the Hall of Fantasy and the tale of the Automaton.
Dr. Eric Ziegler, his daughter, and I stood looking down at the metallic figure lying on the table before us. In all respects, it resembled a man, a metal and plastic man, created by the genius of Ziegler.
This is our key to the future. This automaton will free man from labor. Let him develop his mind to the fullest.
How much longer do you think you'll have to work before it's finished?
I can't tell. That's why I need you to help me set up the automatic self-regulation of its brain.
Then you haven't developed the system of feedback yet?
No. As you are aware, that is the basic machine of all self-regulating systems of automatic control. A man's mind is a complex creation. The mind of the automaton must also be complex in order that it can do the work of a man, in order that it can think and regulate itself.
Why don't you show him what you've accomplished so far in the feedback system?
All right. Now, over here is what I call its brain. Put the power on, Elizabeth.
Yes, Father.
I've only begun on the binary system. But watch.
It's moving. It's sitting up.
Yes.
It's getting down off the table.
And now you'll see a sight that no one else has ever seen before.
It's walking around the laboratory.
Yes. You're witnessing the first movements of a new creation, superior to man, in that it will never tire, servant to man. But that will be its place in the future. A machine that looks like a man will be able to think like one. I shall return him to the table now.
It's climbed back up on the table.
And it's lying down again. All right. Turn off the power, Elizabeth. Well, Sheridan, what do you think now?
I'm afraid I don't know what to think.
Will you work with me?
Oh, yes. Who wouldn't jump at the chance? Of course I will.
Good.
You understand, of course, that the feedback system and the binary scale are still in their elementary stages. When the brain, the automatic control is finished, it will fit inside the automaton's body and head.
That's correct. There will be controls on the robot's chest to set the automatic control to working, and another to stop the machine if it needs to be repaired. Of course, our largest task will be to develop a complete automatic self-regulatory system to fit inside the robot's body. As soon as you can be free...
Which should be in about 2 weeks.
Good. Then we shall begin work on the final stages that will lead to the completion of the automaton.
Rather than completely sever my relations with the organization for which I worked, I took an extended leave of absence. There were living quarters in the laboratory in the country. Ziegler shut down his house in the city, and he and his daughter and I moved our belongings to the laboratory in order to devote every possible minute to our work. Not only was Ziegler intent on having the automaton think for itself, but he was also insistent that the robot be able to talk. To those ends, we went to work.
If we were right in our calculations, the amplifier and receiver we have built into the mechanism will convert our words into electrical impulses, which in turn will activate a response from the automaton. Those responses themselves will be electrical impulses, which will be converted into words.
Well, why don't we try it and see, Eric?
We might as well, I suppose.
After all, the automatic control is almost finished. We only have the more complex reactions to set in the binary scale.
All right. Turn the control on his chest.
Right. It's on.
We'll see what happens. I order you to sit up.
Sitting up?
Yes. Jump down to the floor. I want you to answer me with your voice. What have you been created for?
To kill.
That's not the right reaction.
What was that?
Correction. To
That's right.
We must have made a mistake somewhere along the line in the reactions we set up. That to-kill value is present for only one situation, for personal protection.
I thought you'd come up and... What are you doing?
Well, we're just conducting a test.
Woman.
That's correct.
Woman.
Stay back. Stay away from me.
Elizabeth, be quiet. He wasn't going to hurt you.
I'm sorry. He started toward me. Frightened me.
You see? He stopped now. There's nothing to fear.
Nothing to fear.
Get back. Back to the table. Lie down again. Turn off the control, Drake. What's the matter, Elizabeth? You're shaking.
It's just that thing frightened me so. Those lenses that it has for eyes, there's something hypnotic about them. He looks so much like a man. I know he's made of plastic and metal, but well, I fear him.
Elizabeth, there's no sense getting emotional about this. There's nothing to be afraid of.
I know you're right, Father, but...
But what?
But what would happen if you ever lost control of the automaton?
That will never happen.
But is it possible?
Perhaps.
We didn't do any more work on the automaton that day. We went into the city in the early evening to see a play, leaving the watchman at the laboratory to take care of things. We got back about 12 and were having a late snack.
More coffee, Drake?
Oh, yes. Please.
I think it did us good to get away from here this evening. We've all been working too hard. Do you feel better now, Elizabeth?
Oh, yes, Father, much better.
Yeah. Tomorrow we can finish up with the automaton. Then we can show him, after suitable tests, of course, to the world.
If we're successful, you ought to win a prize.
What was that?
Someone screamed.
It came from upstairs. We'd better take a look. Who could it have been?
The only other person up there is Bert, the watchman.
There it is again. Hurry.
Look, the door to the laboratory, it's open.
He must be in there.
The lights are on.
We'll see what's wrong in a second.
All right.
Oh, no.
It's Bert.
What's the matter with him?
His neck's been broken.
Oh.
He's dead.
But how?
I don't know, only...
What's the matter?
Look, we turned off the control on the robot when we left, didn't we?
Of course we did. Why?
Because now it's on, Eric. The control is on.
You are listening to the tale of the Automaton on this week's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. We'll return to our story in just a moment. And now, back to our story. An original tale of fantasy entitled The Automaton.
On the floor of the laboratory sprawled the broken body of Bert, the night watchman. A scant few feet away, I stood looking down at the inert form of the automaton. Before we had left the laboratory, we had turned off the control, and now we found it on.
But that isn't possible.
Take a look for yourself.
The control is on.
But we turned it off before we left.
Are you sure?
Of course, I turned it off myself.
How did it get on?
Perhaps Bert turned it on.
Why should he do that?
Perhaps he was curious. But the most important thing to find out is what killed him.
The robot.
Don't be a fool, Elizabeth. The robot won't kill unless attacked.
That's right, Elizabeth. It's the only reason for it to kill. Actually, the reaction was set in the control system for self-preservation. For no other reason than that. It's the only time the automaton is dangerous.
Maybe you made a mistake when you set the automatic controls.
It's possible that we might have made an error in the feedback system, Eric. And that the automatic selector chose the wrong value. When Bert turned the switch on, the robot thought he was in danger and killed him.
We didn't make an error in the feedback system, Drake. We checked each value through 5 times before we placed it in the servo mechanism. You know that as well as I do.
Then how did Bert die?
I don't know.
Master of Men.
It's still on.
you hear what it said, Eric?
Master of men.
We didn't set that reaction in the servo mechanism. Something's wrong.
Do you mean the automaton can think for itself?
What about it, Eric?
We'll dismantle it tomorrow morning and check it over thoroughly, just to be sure.
What about Bert?
We'll merely explain to the authorities that he died in an accident here at the laboratory. We can do that in the morning, too. Now we all need a good night's sleep.
Don't you think we ought to move him out of here?
Well, they may want to look at his body, Elizabeth. Besides, nothing more can happen to him. Elizabeth?
Who is it?
Drake. What are you doing up here on the second floor outside the laboratory?
I couldn't sleep.
Oh. Well, neither could I.
Drake, do you think that the robot can operate by itself?
Why do you ask that?
I was thinking, what if Bert was merely making his rounds? What if he walked into the laboratory and the robot was there, waiting for him?
Well, that's not possible, of course.
I wouldn't say that. Isn't it possible that you and Dad might have made a mistake in setting up the feedback system? Isn't it possible that there could be an error in the automatic control system that would allow it to operate without being switched on? Operate enough to at least turn the operating switch on?
Well, it's possible that there's something comparable to a short in the control system, which would mean that the robot could operate without the control being on. Yes.
I want to go in there and take a look at it.
Why don't you wait until morning?
No, I want to see it tonight.
All right. Let's go. Are you sure you want to go inside?
Yes.
Switch on the lights. Well, everything seems to be all right.
Let's take a look at the automaton. Every time I see it frightens me.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Elizabeth.
I'm not so sure.
The control button is still off.
Wasn't he lying the opposite way, with his head at the other end of the table when we left?
No, I don't think. Where's that hum coming from?
I don't know.
Sounds like the robot's power system. If the control button is off.
Are you sure?
Let me get a little closer to it.
Well?
The hum is coming from the automaton.
That means I was right.
I guess you...
Drake!
Huh?
Look out!
Master of men!
The system is on.
It's sitting up.
To kill!
We made a mistake. We must have made a mistake.
It's getting down.
Let's get out of here.
Is it following us?
No, it's just standing there. But it will be after us in a few seconds.
Hurry.
Let's get this door closed and locked.
I can see it through the glass panel. It's starting towards the door.
I heard some noise up here. What's the matter?
The automaton's in operation, without the control being on.
What?
That's right. We must have made a mistake, Eric. The only thought that thing knows is to kill. We have to destroy it.
It's getting closer to the door.
That door won't hold. Let's get out of here. It has to be destroyed.
But how? It weighs over half a ton.
I think I have it. Stop here by this window.
Oh, another crash against that door and it'll be out of the lab.
What are you going to do?
Its reactions are slower than ours. We'll wait here for it. It'll come walking towards us. At the last minute, we'll run to the side. I don't think it'll be able to stop itself in time. It should crash through the window and to the ground below. The two-story drop should destroy it.
The door's down.
I hope your plan works.
And if it doesn't?
Then we'll have to think of something else.
Here he comes.
It's moving up and down the hallway for us.
Over here!
It sees you.
Here it comes.
To kill!
It's getting closer.
When do we move away?
Not yet.
Master of men, kill!
from us?
How soon?
In a moment.
To kill!
Now!
Are you sure it's destroyed?
Yes. The fall completely destroyed the automatic control. You're looking at nothing but a pile of metal.
What do you intend doing?
Starting all over again. Somewhere along the line, we made a mistake. We have to find that mistake and correct it. We don't want a master of men, but a servant of men. Someday, I don't know when, but someday, we'll be successful. And then one of mankind's most useful servants will be the Automaton.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Castle of Lavoca.
One night, shortly after sunset in the dead of winter, they say a carriage drove through here. A carriage drawn by 4 cold black horses. The carriage, too, was black, and the driver was clothed in a livery of black. He whipped the horses and drove them as if his life depended on it.
Get up, man! Get up!
No one saw who rode inside the carriage, but on its heels there ran a pack of snarling, howling wolves. He said that Drago, Baron of Lavoca, was going to make a pact with Satan himself.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present the Castle of Lavoca. And now for tonight's story, an original radio drama by Richard Thorne entitled The Castle of Lavoca.
We were on vacation in Europe. It was a warm summer's day. Doris and I had cycled out from town, intending to find some inn along the way at which we'd spend the night.
What time is it, Grant?
Let me see. It's about 4:15, Doris.
I think we'd better find some place to stay before it gets too late.
Well, according to the map, there should be a little town about a mile away from here.
Grant?
Yes, dear?
Look, over there.
Where?
Right over there.
Hey. Why, it's an old feudal castle.
That's just what it is.
Hey, let's stop a minute.
Right.
Will you look at that?
Oh, I've never seen anything like it.
It looks like like history come to life. A walled fortress. Look at those 3 towers rising up from the walls.
Oh, the whole thing seems to have been built in the form of a triangle. There only seems to be 3 sides to it.
Well, from what I can see from here, it looks to be in pretty good condition.
I wonder how old it is.
Hey, Dor, I've got an idea. It's too late tonight, but why don't we find the inn and then tomorrow morning see if we can't
go through that place.
That sounds pretty good. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind spending a day or two around here. It's beautiful country.
Well, I say we do it. What about you?
Oh, you twisted my arm. Grant.
Yes, dear?
Maybe we shouldn't.
Shouldn't what?
Shouldn't go through that place.
Well, why not?
I don't know. It's just that suddenly I felt cold inside.
You're just remembering a lot of stories about old castles and ghosts. There's nothing to worry about, Dor. The man who probably built that castle and all his descendants are only memories now. And memories can't hurt you. When we had first sighted the castle, I was quite surprised, because there was no indication of its existence on the map I carried. And what Doris had felt, I had felt also. When I first looked upon it, I felt, as she had said, cold inside. What it was, I didn't know. But that feeling had passed, and the only feeling I had was one of enthusiasm for the adventure that was to come the following day. About a mile from the castle, we found the town indicated on the map, a little place called Lavoca. It was no more than a village with a population of a few hundred. The inn was on the other side of the town, and as we pedaled through, the townspeople looked at us curiously. It took us only a few minutes to reach the inn and to enter it. A tall, dark man sat at a table, and he looked up as we passed him. Then he turned away again, obviously lost in thought. We were in a large room full of tables. There was no such thing as a reception desk, save for the bar at one side of the room, which served a double purpose, a bar and a registration desk. A large man with pounds of extra flesh stood behind it. Are you the proprietor? Do you understand English?
I do.
I was afraid...
But I wouldn't. It happens that I do.
Well, we'd like a room for 2 or 3 days. I hope you have something.
All of my rooms are empty save one. It is occupied by the man you passed on your way in. I will be able to accommodate you. You are American?
Yes, that's right.
I'm surprised to see you with the world so close to war.
We won't be in this one.
Perhaps. I do not have many visitors these days. The hospitality of my inn is offered to you. If I may be of service to you while you are here, please let me know.
As a matter of fact, you can.
In what way?
Well, we passed an old castle on our way here. Do you think it would be possible for us to...
You must mean Lavoca Castle.
Why, don't know its name. It's laid out in the form of
a triangle.
Yes.
Yes, I know the castle. It has a particular significance to the people of this area.
Well, can you tell us anything about it?
Later. After you've had the evening meal, you shall hear of it. Come. I shall show you to your room.
As he led us upstairs to our room, we passed again the man who sat alone at the table. He was staring at us and made no attempt to hide the fact. As we went up the stairs to the second floor, I wondered why the innkeeper had seemed so afraid when I mentioned the castle. I had no time for further speculation, however, at least for the next hour. Our time was spent in cleaning up, and Doris kept talking of other things.
Well, I'm ready to go back downstairs, Grant. What about you?
Hey, look at the sunset, Doris.
Oh, it's a beautiful sight, Grant. Grant?
Yes?
Look where I'm pointing to. Isn't that Lavoca Castle?
Yes, it is. Stands out so in the sunset that it seems to be on fire.
Grant, did you watch the innkeeper's face when you asked him about the castle?
He seemed surprised.
I wouldn't call it that. I'd call it frightened.
Perhaps you're right.
And perhaps we should forget about seeing that castle tomorrow. Perhaps we should start back.
We'll see. You know, Dora, you make it seem so serious. We stood there by the window, looking out at the medieval structure that stood there at the base of the mountains. That afternoon, when we had first seen the castle, it had seemed to be a beautiful relic of a dead past. But as we watched it, bathed in the redness of the setting sun, it seemed to be a mass of molten rock. Little by little, the sun slipped down, and the gray shades of dusk moved out towards the castle, advancing slowly, covering the walls with the dark shadows of night. And then it was gone from our sight, swallowed up in the darkness. I had a fantastic thought for a moment that Lavoca Castle was the dwelling place of death. The meal was excellent, and we were both quite hungry. At length, well, it was over, and our host walked over to us.
Some brandy, perhaps?
Not for me.
You?
Or perhaps later. Not now.
If you do not mind, I shall join you.
Yes, of course.
You say you wish to know about Lavoca Castle. Would you object to another at this table? I mean, another besides myself.
Well, no, of course not.
Marek? Yes? Marek, come here. What do you want? They desire to know of Lavoca Castle. There are strangers here?
Yes, you must have seen us come in this afternoon. You were sitting right over there at that table.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Please, sit down, won't you?
Thank you. Yes, I know of the castle. Perhaps more than anyone.
Well, we'd like to learn some of its history.
I will tell you the story. Then we shall see whether you are still interested in Lavoca Castle. The castle was built centuries ago, sometime in the late 1600s. It was built by Drago, the first and only Baron of Lavoca, a man renowned for his cruelty and his prowess in the arts of war. War was his life, the only life he knew, and he lived for the feel of a strong blade in his hand. He lived for one purpose, to kill. It is said that the only thing Drago feared was death. He dealt with it almost every day of his life, yet he feared it. He feared the day that he would die. It is said that he made a pact with Satan himself so that he would not die. This is the legend. One night, shortly after sunset in the dead of winter, they say a carriage drove through here. A carriage drawn by 4 coal-black horses.
Get there! Get!
The carriage, too, was black, and the driver was clothed in a livery of black. He whipped the horses and drove them as if his life depended on it.
Get up there! Get!
No one saw who rode inside the carriage, but on its heels there ran a pack of snarling, howling wolves. Those who saw what happened that night were frightened almost to death. The carriage drove straight to the gate of Lavoca Castle. And a huge drawbridge was lowered to admit an entrance. The carriage rumbled across it, but the pack of black wolves stayed outside. They stayed outside, and the sound of their howling voices drifted back to this town, and the people were afraid. People looked up towards the castle, and they said it was bathed in an eerie luminescence. The visitor to the castle was there for the better part of 3 hours. And then the drawbridge was lowered again, and the carriage rumbled out. It seemed to be going even faster. And the driver whipped and drove the horses. Till their mouths were white with foam and their eyes wide with fear. The carriage rushed through the center of the town, and the people were so afraid they turned their eyes away, lest by looking upon it they should die. Those who said they heard the sound of a crying baby coming from inside the carriage, but they thought they were mistaken. The following evening, the news was brought to them that the Baron's son had disappeared and was nowhere to be found. And as the man stood before them, telling the townspeople of what had happened, the shadows grew together in the night, and from the distance they heard...
You are listening to the tale of the Castle of Lavoca on tonight's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. We'll return to our story in just a moment. And now back to tonight's story, entitled The Castle of Lavoca.
We sat there around the large oak table and listened to a story so fantastic it defied description. There were 4 of us in that room, the innkeeper, Doris, and myself, and Mark, the storyteller. He continued with his story.
The shadows grew together in the night, and from the distance they heard the howling cry of a wolf. The face of the Baron's servant blanched with fear, and he turned and made his way back to the castle. He never reached it alive.
Well, of course, this is nothing but legend. Isn't that right?
It is legend, yes, but it is also truth.
But it can...
What Marek says is true. I would stake my life on it.
Let him go on with the story.
I'd like a little brandy first.
I thought perhaps you might. For you?
Thank you, no.
Now then, go on with your story.
By your leave. As I said, they found the servant outside the castle gate, and there was a great uproar about his death. But the Baron issued an edict that it was never to be discussed. And of course the people obeyed him, for by now they lived in superstitious fear of the Baron. I must add that the night the carriage appeared, that night the Baron's son was carried away. The war began. Of course, the Baron went off to the war and distinguished himself in the field. The war was over in due time, and the Baron returned to Lavoca Castle. He lived a quiet life in the years that followed. But 21 years to the night his son disappeared, it happened again. Again, it was a cold winter's night. The snow crunched under your feet, and the air was brisk and biting. From the north, the wind began to blow. Then, from out of the night, the carriage appeared again. It was exactly the same as that which had happened 21 years before.
Get up there!
It was the same driver, the same carriage, and it even appeared to be the same horses. It flashed through the town and up the road leading to the castle, and in the back of it, the devil dogs ran, snarling and howling. Until the carriage rolled into the castle, and they sat outside as they had a generation before. But it was not for long, for in a few minutes the carriage appeared again. There was no doubt about it this time, for very clearly the townspeople heard...
No, let me go! Let me go! In the name of...
And in another moment the carriage was gone. The following day, the townspeople learned that the Baron's wife had disappeared. They knew who had come to claim her. That night, war broke out in Romania, and the Baron hastened to join the conflict.
If I understand you correctly, both times the carriage appeared, war broke out?
That is correct.
What happened then?
Just as he had done before, the Baron distinguished himself in the war and returned to Lavoca Castle. By this time, the Baron was almost 60. Peace reigned for a period of 40 years, and sometime during that time, the Baron disappeared.
He died?
I say he disappeared.
Well, when did he die?
There are no records of his ever dying. They say he lies at rest in one of the catacombs beneath the castle, waiting.
Waiting? Waiting for what?
Waiting for the war.
The war?
The black carriage has appeared each time war begins, no matter where it happens. And in each war there has been a report of a man who calls himself Baron Lavoca, fighting in the battles.
That's fantastic.
Call it what you will, but when the last war began, the carriage appeared and drove straight up to the castle. I was but a boy then, and I saw it with my own eyes. The night before that, we heard the wolves. Each time the carriage appears, the wolves appear the night before to warn us of its coming, to let us know we should guard ourselves.
Now that you have heard the story, do you still wish to visit Lavoca Castle?
No.
Yes. I don't care what you say. I can't bring myself to believe your story. I think it's nothing but superstitious nonsense.
But, Grant...
I'm sorry, darling. But I want to visit that castle. If you want, you can remain here.
No, I'll go with you.
What about you, Mark? Will you show us the way? Enter the castle with us?
You say that in such a way that if I were to refuse, I would appear to be a coward. I shall go with you, American. Tomorrow afternoon will be all right with you?
Yes.
Let us have a drink to your trip.
That's a good idea.
Will you join us, madame?
Yes, I will.
All right, then. To your trip tomorrow. To Lavoca Castle.
To Lavoca
Castle.
We went upstairs to our room shortly after that. The story Mark had told had been quite long, and the hour was late. We went to bed, yet neither of us could sleep.
Grant.
Yes, dear?
Don't you think we should go home soon?
Why?
Well, how long have we been over here?
Since the middle of May.
Well, this is August 30th. I've seen enough of Europe. I want to go home. I think 3.5 months is enough time to spend.
Well, all right, Dora. When we get back to Murat's, we'll make arrangements to go home.
Good. About tomorrow... What's that?
What?
I heard an animal outside.
Oh, that was just a dog, Dora. Go to sleep.
All right. Good night.
Good night. It was the following afternoon. For some reason, we hadn't been able to get started until late in the afternoon. It was after 3 o'clock when we started out. We discarded our bicycles in favor of horses, which Mark had been able to procure for us. The trip up to Lavoca Castle was uneventful, and within an hour we stood at the edge of the drawbridge, looking into the courtyard.
Shall we go across?
Of course.
It doesn't show any signs of age.
It has been perfectly preserved. I'll take you on a tour of the inside. We can leave the horses here.
I'll give you a hand, Doris.
That's all right, Grant. I can manage.
All right.
Now, just follow me.
Mark led across the courtyard and into the gray building. The huge wooden doors were slightly ajar at the entrance, and with an effort, Mark pushed them open and led us inside. We were in a huge hall, which must have served as both a reception hall and a dining place. From there, he led us into the Baron's chambers, his wife's, which formed two sides of the massive triangle. Members of the retinue must have occupied the third side of the triangle. We visited each of the 3 towers which looked out across the countryside, giving a clear view of anything approaching. And then Marek led us down into the cells beneath the castle. Coming finally to another stairway, he turned to me.
This leads down into the catacombs.
Well, let's go down and take a look at them.
Perhaps we...
Oh, nonsense, Dor. We both have flashlights. I see you brought a gun, Mark. Nothing could hurt us. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, it seems colder down here.
Yes, it does.
I shall show you where they say Drago is sleeping.
What time is it, Grant?
Well, it's 7:30.
Yes, we have been in the castle for several hours. We have been down here in the lower sections where there is no light for over an hour. I shall show you the Baron's resting place, and then we shall return to the inn. This is the chamber where he sleeps.
Oh, Grant, there is someone in here.
This isn't a joke, is it, Mark?
I have never been down here before. It is no joke, as you call it.
I want to have a look at him.
No, Grant, don't.
I can't believe it. This man seems to be sleeping, yet he's not breathing.
Let's get out of here, Grant.
All right.
I've been nervous ever since I heard that dog last night.
You say you heard a dog?
Yes.
There are no dogs in this area. No animal will come within miles of the town and castle. The animals fear it. That was no dog you heard last night.
You mean?
We have no time to lose. We must get out of here. Follow me.
Yes.
It was the warning you heard.
I knew we shouldn't have come.
Don't worry, Dor. We'll get out of this.
I wish I felt that sure.
The horses are out in the courtyard. It won't be long now.
The horses are on the other side.
man.
What are we going to do?
Be quiet. Get back over here in the shadows.
Yes.
Perhaps you will not see us.
Grant, the driver.
Be quiet.
What's that noise?
I don't know. The driver's pointing to the doorway.
Oh. Grant.
It's the Baron. Baron Lavoca.
He's walking towards the carriage.
Quiet. He's looking this way.
Oh. He's turning away.
He's getting into the carriage.
Get up! Get up there!
Before our eyes, the carriage wheeled around the courtyard and then thundered across the drawbridge and out into the night, followed by the snarling wolves. We found our horses later and went back to town. When we returned to the inn, the innkeeper was relieved to see us.
The carriage drove through here a while ago. I thought you'd all be dead.
Providence must have had an eye on us.
Well, it will happen tomorrow.
What will happen tomorrow?
The war. The war will begin.
The innkeeper was right. The night we saw the carriage in the courtyard of the Castle of Lavoca was August 31st. On September 1, 1939, the Germans marched into Poland and the Second World War began.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.